The social graph is the web of connection between people and their social relationships, typically interconnected in 6 degrees in any direction. This theory is sometimes referred to as the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, where you are always separated from a celebrity by a maximum of 6 people. Think of Facebook, your personal social network. Your feed is populated by your friends, and their feed is populated by their friends, your mutual network. Your friends comment, like, and share your content for their friends to see, and their friends' friends to see as well. This creates a network of connections that are inner circle, outer circle, and total circle. First, second, third, so on and so forth. That is the baseline idea of what social networking is, but the graph theory is so much more. Before we uncover the evolution and eventual death of social media, we need to go back to its earliest origin. Internet Movie Database, or IMDb, was created in 1990 by early internet adopters. This created a curiosity into personal connections of celebrities. 5 years later, the Oracle of Bacon was created at UVA. The Oracle of Bacon is the foundation of the 6 degrees concept, a mathematical idea based on Erdos numbers. This idea of separation was then introduced to the layman's personal life, creating a phenomenon we now know as social media. 6 degrees of separation is more than just a drinking game involving Kevin Bacon. It's the prototype of what we now understand as Web 2.0 social media. The platform 6degrees.com was based on the web of contacts, which was an early application of social graph theory. It created a space where friends, acquaintances, and even mutual contacts could interact through forums centered on common interests and groups. When 6degrees.com became defunct, that didn't mark the end. MySpace and Friendster picked up the torch, evolving the concept into what they called social circles. The idea was to add friends to your network so you could gain access to their posts. These platforms laid the structural groundwork for the social media giants we're familiar with today, like Facebook and Instagram. So the roots of today's social media landscape can be traced back to these early platforms. They established the conventions and structures that have shaped how we connect and interact online today. Today's platforms are like masterful architects, utilizing the social graph not just for personal connections, but also for the interactions among those connections. Take Facebook, for instance. You've got a list of confirmed friends. These are the people whose updates grace your timeline and invite your clicks, likes, and comments. But the network doesn't stop there. Your friends have their own lists, introducing the notion of mutual friends, people you might not directly know, but could likely bump into in a metaphorical digital cocktail party. LinkedIn takes this a step further by formalizing these circles. Your direct connections are in your first circle, your friends' friends land in your second circle. Imagine Facebook's Open Graph API, like the GPS system of a bustling metropolis. Your likes, comments, and shares? They're the cars, buses, and bikes zipping down the streets and avenues. Every time you interact, you're taking a turn or making a stop, and this is plotted in real time on your digital roadmap. Now others are doing the same, and where these routes intersect, that's where the magic happens. Just like on a busy intersection, you cross paths, maybe honk a like or wave a comment. This dynamic traffic system is much like a personalized Google Maps. It's not just showing you the fastest route to your destination, it's tailoring your journey based on your past pit stops and favorite hangouts, thanks to the data it's gathered from your digital habits. So as you navigate through this sprawling city of connections, your custom map is continually updating, optimizing your experience by aligning it with both your explicit interactions and hidden preferences. You're not merely following a predetermined path, you're co-creating it with every like, share, and comment. You can see how this model works in your circles. You add Johnny Boy on Facebook, you see his posts, you comment, "Damn, that's crazy," on his most recent Storytime wall post. Your comment gets likes from Danny Boy and Jimmy Boy. You start seeing their posts on your timeline. This is what you'd come to expect if you're in the 40% of the world's population who uses Facebook. It is the baseline for social media interactions in 2023. But this baseline idea comes with some difficulties when parasocial relationships come into the picture. Your social graph works the same way whether you're interacting with Johnny Boy or Mr. Zuck himself. It doesn't discriminate when you are interacting with people who are clearly outside of your circle. Zuckerberg isn't the best example. But imagine you're connecting with your favorite YouTuber on their Facebook page. You interact with their posts, you see more of their posts on your feed. You see their comments on other people's posts, and they enter a parasocial circle, a circle that really only includes you. This barricades an intentional relationship for which most people is completely fine and expected. For others, it can create an imagined reality where they truly believe they're in a close relationship with this person. While not common, it can lead to real-life problems and violence. Enter TikTok, the disruptor in the realm of social media. Unlike its predecessors, TikTok uses what they call a discovery engine, flipping the conventional social graph on its head. Instead of leaning on your existing network for content, TikTok observes how you engage with each video and tailors your feed accordingly. It's like having a personal DJ who knows exactly what you want to hear next. How does Meta keep pace and lure users to Instagram and Facebook Reels, especially when competing with TikTok and YouTube Shorts? They deploy a blend of discovery engine and social graph, an attempt at a best of both worlds approach. Your existing connections, likes, and interests aren't tossed aside. Instead, they're fused with real-time interaction-based discoveries. It's as if Meta is playing both sides. The classic network of established contacts and the social graph theory, in the dynamic world of the content discovery engine. Mind you, this is yet to be regarded as a better user experience than the TikTok For You page. While it's doubtful that Meta will entirely abandon its tried and true Open Graph API, this hybrid model certainly paves new avenues. It signals a new chapter in how social media platforms can adapt and innovate, propelling us further into the ever-evolving landscape of digital social interaction. When we look into the future of social media, the term Web3 is a bit of a misnomer. Web3 is a concept of decentralized social media that puts the power of privacy and security back into the hands of the user, personal ownership. However, the concept has yet to be used entirely decentralized or even be adopted at a large scale. Architecturally, early Web3 applications work off users controlling their interactions. As we'll explore in a later video, surveillance capitalism and the age of free social media has shifted the focus from users and their content in favor of advertisers. With Web3 platforms, privacy and uncensored material is favored, as the user controls their destiny. Where does this fit in our social graph model? Well, it's up to the user to decide that. All possible social graphs the user could integrate into is available to them. However, the user and the other users in the social network will get to decide what is shared with them and how it is disseminated, as they are the sole owners of the content. Web3 applications are using what I define as an interim social graph theory. The general architecture takes what people are familiar with and builds them out to be secure, private, user-owned, and with the possibility of monetization. Mastodon is a federated social media platform that we at The Merge find to be the most useful out of all the Web3 platforms we've tried. I think we find it the most useful because, at its core, it's a better, more closely knit version of Twitter. It is based on instances of use, where users connect to each other on one federation of the platform, usually based on one specific interest or social ideology. The social graph theory is what stabilizes the social media landscape and binds it together. Web3 is unlikely to overtly dominate the social media giants anywhere in the foreseeable future. However, with the right steps, federated and decentralized social media networks can usher in a new age of social media and help us grow stronger connections together.
Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.